Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we will be flipping through my reading journal. I love to do this because I would love to see what I have accomplished, I guess, so far when it comes to my reading journal. I do have a lot of journal that I keep up with, and I think the journal that I keep up with the most is my reading journal. Reading is my main hobby, and this is accompanying my main hobby, so it is definitely the journal that I do keep up with the most. I do have like my quiet time journal, I have my Hobonichi, I have my 5-year one, I have so many, and I feel like I'm falling behind on all of them, but let's just ignore that for now. We are here to flip through my reading journal. I honestly have been so happy in how it's turning out so far. I think there are certain pages that I feel like it didn't really work out or whatever, but so far I think I've kept the theme really well, and I think I want to continue doing this for obviously the rest of the year and also probably for next year as well. And if I do sound slightly raspy, it's because I have a sore throat right now, and I'll be talking about this journal for the next half an hour, so please bear with me. I don't think it's too noticeable, but I think it's like the kind of sore throat that you feel and you hear the raspiness yourself, but not other people. I think that's the case. But either way, I guess I can get into what kind of journal I have. I have Notebook Therapy's journal. I bought it in fall last year. Can you tell? But I do love it. It is like, I think called Forest Friends Enchanted Fox Edition. Yeah, it's giving like grandma chic, which I love. I love grandma chic. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get the overhead shot so that I can talk you guys through my reading journal. And yeah, let's stop rambling because I will be rambling for the next half an hour. So let's go ahead and move there. Now it is time to finally go through my reading journal. I have been loving doing a lot of the spreads in my reading journal, and it has been so fun filling it out. But before I ramble for too long, because I definitely will, let's just go ahead and talk through my reading journal spread. It starts with a title page. I love this title page. I love how simple it is, although it took me quite a while to do this. But also, wait, another thing, I also have book covers with me over here so I can update some of the things that are still missing for my mid-year wrap up, so to say, because it's just like a good thing to do to package all up before the start of the latter half of the year. But yeah, I also love these key and scissors stickers that I found, and I love them and I keep using them everywhere. And this is mainly these are the theme, so to say, of the whole reading journal. Obviously I have different themes throughout the months, but usually if it's some kind of yearly spreads, it will probably look roughly like this. So yeah, let's move on. My first one is my bookshelf page. I honestly do not love the look of this page because I use a fine liner that is too thick for my liking. I think I do like 0.5, and I think for this I use either 0.7 or even 1. But yeah, we are about halfway filling up this books, but I know on this side of the page it is significantly less books than here, so we probably have to make another one very soon, / maybe in a few months. But yeah, I also have a key over here that states if it's a physical book, then color it in certain colors, and if it's an ebook or an audiobook, as you guys could see, the majority of this is physical and ebook, I'd say. But yeah, I find it quite interesting to just see it as an overview. What do I read more? Moving on. I have my yearly TBR. Not gonna lie, I have not made a lot of progress when it comes to this. I think I have about, I don't know why, but I have 17 books, which is so weird. I don't know why 17. Either way, out of 17 books, I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am not over halfway, but we are halfway mark of the year. So I definitely need to work a little bit more towards my yearly TBR, which is what I'm currently doing. I'm trying my best to read more from my yearly TBR, But yeah, we shall see if I manage. But the next one I have is a series tracker. These are the series that I want to get into / I'm in the middle of. And for example, I have here series that I have not started at all, but would love to start ASAP. And I definitely am in more series than is shown here. But I think if I put all the series that I'm in the middle of, it will be way too full. And I'm quite indecisive on what I want to focus on this year or the latter half of the year. So I have not been filling it out, but I will maybe fill it out eventually. And then here are the reading orders that I'm following, not intensely, but I am loosely following. I have Cassandra Clare's The Shadowhunter Chronicles, and then I also have Brandon Sanderson's The Cosmere reading order. Not a lot of progress here, huge progress here, and I have one more reading order coming very soon. But yeah, I have favorite book of the month. I definitely need to choose for June, but it is quite difficult to choose. But I think it might be, I don't know, I don't even know if I have the book cover. I went out and print out the book covers that I might need. And these are a book cover that I don't have. Oh well, let me just write it down in pencil. It was Our Perfect Storm by Carly Fortune. I will make sure to print it out the next time I went out and print things. I think for March, I could not decide for one book, and I decided to tape 2 books. It is The Sword of Kaigen. I know this is quite not as pretty as I would like it to be, but I don't know how to figure or like how to print it out to make it look good. So either way, I have 2 books, The Sword of Kaigen and Project Hail Mary. So yeah. Next one is reading goals. I think I have read more books. Okay, so in total 67 books. The problem with this, guys, in the middle, I lost my green marker, and then I continued with like a slightly browner tone, and then I found it again, and then now I lost both of it, and then now I have a different color. So let's just color it in. I'm also so bad at coloring this in. I feel like I keep going out of the border, which is one of my biggest pet peeves, but also I cannot stop doing it. So either way, yeah, I read in total 67 books. It's not quite the end of June yet, so maybe I can still read a couple more books before June ends. We shall see. But yeah, these are books bought. These are all the books that I bought in the 6 months of this year. And I even like counted how much it is, how much I spent roughly per books, like the average, and per month how much I spent, which is, yeah, crazy amount. Moving on to the next one, I have a monthly tracker and a book club spread. I have a book club in Fable and I love it. I have read all these books and I really enjoyed it. And then I need to definitely decide soon what July would be, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. But I do love seeing like this book stack and then the book covers. I always find that so pretty. Although this is quite not a good layout right now. I need to figure out what a good layout would be because I have 6 more books. I think it would fit if I do 3 and 3. We shall see. I did not really think this whenever I made this, so maybe next year I could do it slightly better. And then I have monthly tracker, which is the amount of books I read each month. And so far I've read over 10 books every single month. In June, I cannot tell you yet, and if I were to read 2 or 3 more books, I definitely would be over the 10 book per month thing, which is one of my goals of the year. And then I have a 5-star, in a way, Hall of Fame, and here, I printed it out. So, oh wait, I do have the cover. Okay, you know what, let's prioritize this spread over the other one. Wait, Dolly and Lady Midnight. So. But yeah, I feel like this year, for reading 67 books, I definitely have not found a lot of 5-star read. I definitely have not found a lot of 6-star reads, that's for sure. And it's quite sad because I do love the feeling of finding them, but it's somehow quite difficult. Although I know my reading taste quite well, somehow I cannot find the books that is catered to my taste more. Obviously, I need to remove the pencil marks eventually, but I have in total found 14 books out of the 67, which is, I don't know how much. I feel like 1/6. Not bad, but not amazing. But yeah, moving on. We have anticipated new releases. I do look back on this every so often. I have not looked back on this for quite a while though, because I'm trying to read my physical TBR and not focus so much on the new releases. Moving on, it is my first monthly spread. At first, I think I'm following my 2025 spread. The monthly spread in my 2025 journal, it looked quite similar, just like the title over here, and then I have the TBR, and then I have the book cover of all the books that I did read that month. But I think I changed it up a little bit by February. We shall see. But a new addition to my reading journal is my journaling section. It's like a more journal heavy section of my reading journal, which is I write down my thoughts on every single book that I did read this year, which I find quite interesting to just look back on when I want to look back on it. But yeah, I always have like this double spread of like 6 books at each time, which I find quite satisfying to see. Again, another one. And then this one is similar to the title page because it is another yearly, so to say, spread. I have a book on haul. I unhauled so many books. I unhauled the Twisted series, the King of Sin series. I feel like I just don't need to own it. I enjoyed my time reading it, but I do not need to own it. And then I have a reading tracker which tracks every time I read, I guess, but it's so difficult to track it, so I decided to just let go of this. Although it could be quite satisfying to look back on. But I think if I were to do this, I would just do it in my Fable, because Fable does have like a streak tracking, reading tracking feature, which I'm definitely on my phone more than on my reading journal. So yeah. And then we are doing February. I'm doing different spreads for my monthly TBR, I guess, because I don't know, I'm just kind of bored of it and I really like how it turned out. Especially, I feel like the stickers are so cute. They're by this Etsy shop. I think it's called Möhrenkunst. It's a German-based sticker sheet or sticker Etsy shop, and I love all the stickers. So yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of stickers in these style. And then moving on, I guess I lied about it's always a double page. I guess there's also a single page. But yeah, like I said, I was doing the Cassandra Clare and the Brandon Sanderson reading order spread, and I decided I am quite obsessed with the Jennifer L. Armentrout reading order as well. So yeah, I make one, and I am almost done with this. I am missing 3 more. I know the 7th book, is it? The 7th book in the Blood and Ash series will be coming out this year, but I don't know if I will manage to read it by then. So we'll see. Another book journal spread, and then these are just my favorite contemporary romances, either recently or just like in general. And I do love, for example, Catherine Cowles. It's very mystery thriller based, and I do love that. This is very rom-com. This is a cowboy romance. No, cowboy, was it? No, it was not a cowboy romance. It was Elsie Silver romance, that's for sure. Holly Hazelwood, Christina Lauren, Mariana Zapata, Emily Henry, Abby Jimenez. I just wanted to talk a little bit and journal a little bit about all the books that I love when it comes to the contemporary romances genre. And then I have another book spread over here. And then I made another romance TBR spread. I always try and put a lot of like romances in my TBR because I am mainly a romance girly. I love romantasy, I love contemporary romances, I love romance classics, and obviously I'm gonna make myself a TBR. How many books have I read from this TBR? It's 1, 2, and 3. 3 out of 9, not good. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 out of 9. Not bad, but not good. But yeah, moving on. We have another singular book journal spread. And then I loved Paladin's Grace by T. Kingfisher so much because of how like cozy and whimsical the vibe was. So I decided to make this like Pinterest board spread. Really enjoyed it. And then it's March TBR. This time I decided not to put any book cover because I have this beautiful princess-esque stickers that I got, and I decided to just display them and not get them distracted by other book covers. And then moving on, it is my spring TBR. I copied this, or it's heavily inspired by Katie's reading journal. She made something similar, and I think she did not make it quite similar like this, but she does have like printed pictures of spring, which really inspired me to do the same thing. So I did that, and I do love a journal heavy spread because it's always so fun to just journal about certain things. So yeah, these are my spring TBR. Moving on to the next one, another book journal spread. This spread is quite crazy though, because this is like, I have 4 or 5 stars over here, which is crazy. Only 2 that are okay, not bad, not amazing. But yeah, moving on. I finished Alchemized, the longest book I have ever read ever. Did I like it? I think so. I think it's a very complicated story of 2 characters and of a war and certain things, but whether now looking back, how many months later, a few months later, is it really a 5-star read? Probably not. I'm not sure. I'm quite conflicted when it comes to this book. But moving on, another book spread. Again, from the same sticker sheet shop from Etsy. I love them. And obviously here as well, my favorite sci-fi of all time, Project Hail Mary. And then I did a 24-hour readathon, and I thought I want to make like a journal spread about it, and I liked how it turns out, which was crazy. I read almost 2,000 pages in that 24-hour readathon. Either way, I think these are the books that I did read in the month of March, which was really interesting. I think I did like a new releases vlog, and I read Across the Vanishing Sky, In Her Own League, and Now Back to You, and Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter. It was really fun to just focus on the new releases for a little bit. And then we go to April TBR. I also did not print any book covers for this month. I'm not sure why, but I do love this pastel sticker that I got. And then I love Project Hail Mary so much, I had to make a dedicated spread about it. Really, really enjoyed this book. I have Q1 wrap up. In hindsight, when I made this, I feel like, oh, Q1, I want to highlight this and then just a wrap up. But now it feels like I ran out of paper. I might come back and fix it one day, or I might just fix it in my Q2 wrap up. We shall see. It is quite satisfying. I finished 39 books. I think it will be more satisfying if I read 40 books. But I'm not stressed about the amount of books I'm reading. So yeah, and this is just a little journal on how Q1 is going when it comes to reading. And it's always so interesting to read what I've been up to and what I think about it so far. But I think I want to do Q2 wrap up very soon. So look out for that for upcoming vlogs. And then we have another book journal spread, another one. And then I finished the Flash and Fire series. Yeah, honestly, I had high hopes for this series, but it ended up being okay. So I had to just talk about it because I am annoyed. A lot of people said these series are better than the Blood and Ash series. For me, nope, Blood and Ash is better. So I just had to talk about it and talk about how much people misled me. But no, all jokes aside, it's just, I just want to yap a little bit. So I decided to make a double spread of it. And then another book journaling spread. These are all the books that I read in April, which is quite crazy because look at the 2 series that I read this book. I read the entirety of the Flesh and Fire series, and I also read the entirety of the Hunger Games series Although Sunrise on the Reaping is not here because I think I ran out of time in April, and I did read Sunrise on the Reaping in May. And this is my May TBR. I am annoyed because I read everything but Warbreaker, and this is the closest I have been to finishing my monthly TBR in a while. So I'm quite sad. I'm working towards finishing it always, but it's not as easy as it seems. And then I have another book book journal spread. I have not journaled about this, nor these. I will come to that eventually, but I just need to form my thoughts a little bit more. But yeah, and then I have June. I needed to talk about June a little bit more apparently. And then I also have my TBR spread. I think for July, I have not made July. I really want to do something similar like this because it is quite interesting to just talk a little bit about what you're going through in the month. So yeah. And then I have my summer TBR. Let me move this. Summer TBR, which is good going so far. I mean, we are in June, so it is the first month of June, which is the first month of summer, I feel like. But yeah, I loved these spreads because of all the pictures that I've printed. But yeah, and then I have a manhwa tracker. I've been loving going back to reading manhwas. So I thought, since I don't read them as often, I don't need like a huge manhwa tracker. I decided to just print this. And I don't even know by the end of the year whether I'm going to finish this. I don't even know if I'm going to continue reading many manhwas in the future. But if I were, I can track it here, which is the whole point of this. And then I have May Reads, which is self-explanatory. It is all the books that I read in May. And then that's pretty much it. I have many plans on some spread that I want to do for my mid-year check-in, wrap-up kind of thing. But yeah, so far, that's my reading journal. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the spreads that I've been making this year so far. And let's go back to me in the outro to conclude this whole video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been rambling for so long. I have so much footage of me just saying, Either way, I'm excited to edit it and just see how everything looks from an overhead shot because I could not see the spread so well because the sun was blinding me and the camera, and it's super warm right now. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like what I do with my reading journal this time around. I think if you compare it to my past 3 reading journals or 2 reading journals, it looked definitely more chaotic back then. And now it definitely looked more cohesive, which I like. But maybe next year I want to change it up. Although I know in the intro I said I want to keep the theme going for next year. But I think we can rethink that for the next 6 months and we can reconvene in my reading journal flip through for 2026 and maybe in my setting up for 2027. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love anything journaling content. I love how people set up their reading journal. I even love like junk journaling. I love all sorts of journaling. And if you guys know, the one thing that I forgot to mention in the intro is the one other journal that we've been keeping up. It's the Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. It's been amazing with my friends. We've been like passing it around and doing it, and yeah, it's just been so fun. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this slightly different content. Let me know if you also have a reading journal, and if not, may I recommend you to have one, because I think you will love it. It doesn't have to be as intricate as I like mine to be, although it's not intricate, but it's definitely more effort than usual, I feel like, especially in the printing front. But I do love just looking back and seeing what I've been reading, especially each month you get to know like, oh, I remember that month. And obviously there are some certain pages that didn't work out, and that's fine. And then you know for the future not to do that. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling again. I'm just in the mood to ramble because I didn't get to film a lot of vlogs because I have so many mid-year update that I want to do. That's why. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in my next one. Goodbye.